Hey you all, Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the great state of California. More specifically, Simi Valley, California. And even more specifically than that, I'm at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library. Now, I've been to several of these presidential libraries. I believe I've been to LBJ, Nixon, and Lincoln. And they've all been just wonderful, wonderful exhibits. So I'm pretty excited. We got Ron over there smiling at us, and we're gonna have a good time, so follow me. All right, so I wanted to stop you real quick before you hit the comments section. This video is not about politics. This is about American history and the office of the presidency. Every president has a fascinating story, regardless of whether or not you believe in every single thing that they believe or stand for. So sit back and have a good time. You can leave a comment, just keep that in mind. And here we got Cowboy Reagan. Okay, we're about to see a Reagan hologram.
Your cabinet meeting will be starting shortly.
Thanks. Welcome to the Oval Office. Though I spent years in this office, I never thought of it as mine. I was just the latest temporary occupant in a long and distinguished line.
Did you know Ronald Reagan called his wife Nancy, Nancy Pants? True story. Check this out. This is from Reagan's boyhood home. He had a fireplace where he would hide pennies under the tile, and he actually went back there and showed people where he would hide pennies, and that's actually the tile right there. There is the Bible that Reagan was sworn in on both inaugurations. Of course, Ronald Reagan was an actor before becoming president, and also the spokesmodel for Chesterfield cigarettes. Can you imagine if the president now was a cigarette spokesmodel? All right, doing a green screen interaction with Ronald Reagan. George Newton and I often talk about you. We'd like for you two boys to grow up to be just like you someday.
You mean to play football?
No, just that. To have your poise and thoughtfulness and intelligence.
You like to say that?
Yes, he said those qualities are rare in a boy your age. Oh wow, this is from Ronald and Nancy's wedding. There's actually a bouquet of flowers preserved. There is their cake topper. And then up here is Nancy Reagan's wedding ring. Apparently Ronald Reagan would collect his favorite quotes, funny quotes or thoughtful quotes, and he kept them all in this binder right here, handwritten. There's a famous quote by Reagan. Some people say that that quote was all it took for him to win the election. The inauguration suits of Reagan and Nancy. We're not, as some would have us believe, doomed to an inevitable decline. I do not believe in the fate that will fall on us no matter what we do. I do believe in fate that will fall on us if we do nothing. Here is the jacket that Ronald Reagan was actually shot in. Luckily, he was not badly injured, but look at that bolt hole went right through his coat. Just a couple bullet holes, and I guess this was probably tore open to assist him medically. For some reason, people actually sent him canes as presents in his recovery. I guess maybe figuring he would need a cane. And this one in the middle is amazing. It's got jelly beans built into the cane. Here is a replica of the Oval Office, and does have a lot of the same knickknacks that Reagan had. That is an authentic jelly bean mug right there that the president would have eaten jelly beans out of. And here's the podium he would use to address guests in the White House dining room. Nancy Reagan apparently brought back the Easter egg hunt on the White House lawn. There is some of the Easter eggs right there. Portrait of Reagan was a gift given to him, and it is actually made out of butterfly wings. There's pieces of 8 that were given to the president, so this is an official presidential pirate booty. All right, you can actually simulate what it's like to dine in the White House. See if we know our etiquette. In what order do you use knives and forks next to your plate? Start with the furthest from your plate and work your way in. I think I've heard that somewhere. Correct. If a toast is made in your honor, when should you take a sip of the champagne? I think after the others. That seems polite. Correct. Oh man, I am so sophisticated. When it is okay to salt and pepper your food before the president and his wife sit down, before you taste your food. Say after you taste your food, because you want to, you know, you're not having any faith in the chef if you taste it before, if you put it on there before. Correct. Uh-oh, is that a napkin? This is my weak area. When you are done with your meal, where do you put your napkin? It's just a guess. Correct. No, I knew that. What should you do with a warm bowl of water that is served between dinner and dessert? Oh. I'm gonna say don't put it in your mouth and spit it back in the bowl. I think that's a trick answer.
Maybe in one of the glasses.
I think dip your fingers in it, wipe it on your napkin. Oh, I'm rolling here. What can you do with the flowers and the floral arrangement? Take your favorite, put it on your pen. Take a favorite, and take it home. Look at them enjoy it. Yeah, just quit pawing at it. Okay. Which side is the food served from? Oh, I used to be a server, so I should know this. I'm gonna say the left. Yes. Which glass is your wine glass? The largest glass, the medium glass, smallest glass? Let's say the smallest. Yeah. Whew. Get down to the wire. We got two more. What can you do with your dinner menu? Make a paper airplane? Okay, that's just silly. Pass it around your table for others to sign it. Write a message and pass it under the table to colleagues. Maybe sign it? Correct. What can you do if you don't like where you're seated at the table? Move your nameplate to a different seat. Move your nameplate to the right of the president. Nothing. Yeah, I think you just gotta deal with that. Correct. I am the most etiquetted man on the face of the planet. Oh, they're cheering for me because I have such great etiquette. 10 out of 10. No one's gonna call me a slob ever again. So apparently, Nancy Reagan received criticism for wearing expensive and elegant clothing. And so to mock that, she came out to a dinner dressed like a crazy hillbilly. So Nancy Reagan, well known for her campaign against drug abuse, the Just Say No program. I wonder if that bat would actually swing better because it's got those holes in it. I think it would. And then Just Say No, the game, that would be an easy game to win. All you gotta do is say no. It's a little exhibit here on the Secret Service, and there's some questions here about the Secret Service. It gives the answers, like, why does the Secret Service always wear sunglasses? And it says they wear it to reduce the sun's glare. Fascinating. Now this here is genuinely amazing. They have an Air Force One jet indoors here. Please do not lean over the railing and touch the wingtip. I must admit, it's pretty tempting. All right, we're actually heading in to Air Force One. This is pretty exciting, to be honest. Oh, check out Reagan's giant, massive copy machine. This, the different controls. I always wonder, you know, flying a plane like this, there's a lot of levers, a lot of buttons. Seems hard.
A black satchel, which is also known as
the football,
believed to hold the nuclear codes.
Wow. Meeting area here with the ever-present jelly beans. Check out this old TV right here, and this VCR is not authorized for viewing classified tapes. Jelly beans everywhere.
Yeah.
Just look for them as you go through the museum.
Press secretary and the doctor. He always flew with the doctor and a nurse, sat in that particular seat. These were working trips. You know, he wasn't in there taking a nap, reading a book. He was usually writing a speech or writing a letter back to some other president or prime minister. Hi, folks. You doing okay?
Yes.
Here's the press area. It almost looks like a diner. Oh yeah, there's one of the press cameras. Here's the kitchen.
Yes.
Apparently they would bring a chocolate cake on every flight in case it was someone's birthday. And if it wasn't someone's birthday, they would just eat the cake anyways. Here's some of the limos that the president would use in motorcades and parades. Here is the helicopter that he used, Marine One. Oh wow. Flying a helicopter is probably so hard. This actually looks pretty cozy for a helicopter. And here it is. Ronald Reagan, made completely out of jelly beans. This was created by the Jelly Belly Company. And Ronald Reagan is actually cited as being able to popularize the Jelly Belly Company. It was his favorite jelly bean. And they actually created the blue jelly bean on his behest so he could have red, white, and blue jelly beans. We're in the Berlin Wall section. I hear some vicious dogs snarling, but fortunately I've found a way out. We can go through here to freedom. Oh. Alright. I may start avoiding attractions where I have to crawl on my knees. Okay, here we go. Other side. Alright. It's a East Germany straitjacket used to confine political prisoners. It's pretty awful. It's a Russian gulag uniform. Reagan meeting with Gorbachev. Here's the suit where Reagan famously told Gorbachev to tear down that wall. And here is Reagan the cowboy. Got a collection of his saddles. There's his revolver and his cattle brand. And here's a miniature of the building we are currently in. That's the hangar that has Air Force One in it. And there's Reagan's surfboard along with his samurai sword. It'd be really cool to watch him use both of those at the same time. Here is the flag that adorned his coffin when he passed away. It was handed off to Nancy. And this is the bugle that played taps at his funeral. So should Gorbachev tear down that wall? Yes, he should. And here's an actual piece of the wall outside in the garden. And here, the final resting place of both Ronald and Nancy Reagan. Appreciate you guys joining me as we look through the wonderful history that is in the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library. If you'd like to see other presidential libraries I've been to, as well as roadside attractions, museums, amusement parks, and lots of other random fun stuff, check my interactive map down in the description. If you'd like to contribute to the channel, consider buying a t-shirt, consider donating to Patreon. All that information is in the description. But for now, this one's in the bag.
Oh, goodbye, and God bless you.